Okay, in this tutorial we're going to go ahead and create an average. So the first thing we're going to want to do is come into our configuration, hit an average. We're going to do a custom. So we'll call this our 5D average. So we're going to enable file classification. Now earlier we created our own custom event type, and our event type is a half-second split. So if it's a half-second split in an average, the way you want to do it is you want to simply double your splits. And this, it doesn't matter at the end. Okay, so that right there covers our how we're going to actually make our splits. We're going to come down here and choose. Now if we want to do, we got fast go combined, which is going to take the two fastest runners, even if they're different, on each go that we have and put them together and create the starting point. Or we're going to do rider horse combined, where it's going to combine the horse from day 1, day 2, put them together, find the fastest, and then do the split. This is the one that most people do. So once we have this, we're going to actually save it. Now, when we're building averages, this will average over multiple days. So say if you have a 3-day, say it's a 3-day event, and you have a half-second split on each day, then you would technically want to take these up to 1.5 each. So it's basically you just add all your events together for the split out. That'll create you a true average and get you down the road. So once we save it, we're going to come back to our event now. Now we're going to go ahead and expand this event because we're going to say this is a 3-day race. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my average config here. Now we also have what we call a buy-in average. Now buy-in average basically allows them to say I'm going to buy into the average, but I'm still going to race it, or I'm not going to buy into the average, and then I'm just going to race my race or the 3 days that I'm there, or the 2 days that's there. So we're going to say this right here is a 2-day average. I'm going to save that. Now here's my day 1, so I'm going to create a day 2. Now I don't want to go retype all this information in, so I can simply hit duplicate the event. Yes. I'm going to put it back in this series. Up here I can duplicate them into other series. I can take this event and I can change it to a different series. So I'm going to hit duplicate. Do I want to copy the runs over? No. I do not want to copy these runs over, because if I do, then it's going to pull those runs that I already ran and bring them into the event with me, and I don't want to do that. I want to have a clean event. Why would you copy the events over, or the runs over? Well, let's say you run an MBHA, and MBHA and some of their rules, they've had it where you can run 4D at your local event, but you got to send your results into a 5D. In that scenario, basically you would just create another series called your 5Ds, and once your 4D was over, you would duplicate that event and copy the runs over, and then manually classify it into a 5D. So do I want to copy the runs over? No. So now what it does is when it duplicates it for the next day automatically and moves it to the front up here in your event list. So here I'm on number 1, here it is. So it's going to be the 22nd. Changing my dates here. These should actually be the 21 because I didn't change them earlier. And so here I'm set for everything else is the same. I would set for the web sync if I wanted it to sync, etc. I can make changes to this event. I'm going to hit save, close, done. So I have my today's event, which is the 22nd. I have my no upcomings. I have my previous events. So now here I have 2 events. This was the day before, and then here's my 22nd. So once I create my average, I can actually make my runs in this event, and then what I can do is once I come over here to my run event, I can actually generate my average. Now this is going to look a bit funny because I only have 1 day's worth of results. I don't have a final time because I don't have any places for these people in this. So basically they didn't qualify because they didn't run the second day. But let's say if I did qualify one of them. Come back in here to my signups. And let's just draw these horses in real quick. I'm going to process them, squish them, get them all out of here. Now here's my run event. Now I'm just going to run some times through here. Yeah, quit typing the same number in. Okay, so I had 3 qualifying runs today. Now I'm going to come back to my averages, generate my average, and now I'm going to get my average report. And so here's my averages. My 1D average, my 2D or my 5D. Then I had 2 runs that didn't qualify because on that first day they didn't run the second day, which she didn't, and third it was a no time on this one. So they didn't qualify for the average. So that's how you generate an average, say if you were going to do based on awards. So I just needed a report, and that gives me my report. Let's say I want to expand this and I wanted to do a payout on my average. Well, to do that I would simply come in here, go back to my 22nd, duplicate this event real quick. Do not copy the runs over. Now it's set for the 23rd, except I'm going to say that my average ends on the 22nd, the same day as my last race. I'm not going to do auto draw. I can leave this. This is fine. I can change. Say on my average I had 1,500 for my payout. The average is, say, to get into the average I actually only put $10 over here into the average. Everything else is the same. I can pull that. I'm going to do my 5D custom payout on it. Now the big piece is here is on my single race I need to change it to an average. Let the system know that this is the average event. Save it again, close. Now I'm going to say my today's event. Now I have an average. So once I have the average, I come back in here to my last event I ran. Generate that average again. Here's my report. So now if I do refresh today's event, it has 4 in there. So let's go look at what it did on the average. So I will go to the run event on the average, and here's my results. It tells me here's your 1D, here's your 5D, here's your 2 non-qualifying runs. So I can simply come in here to my event results. Again, this one doesn't have any payouts. This is actually my average here. So now I can just simply, just like my other events, generate my average point or payouts. And now I have my report with my average payouts on it. Now again, this average we set it, or our payout we set it up as an equal payout, so that's why these are the same. I could then simply go back to the web sync the data up to Rodeo Go, and then my average results will be displaying up there as well. When I'm running average and I'm in real-time modes and I have real-time enabled on my average event, those average results will be updated real-time as well on the website while you're running your event. Alright, that's how you do averages. Any questions, let us know.